When I first joined the military after 9/11, there was still what I'd call like an old school attitude about women, that women were a support element. We weren't support elements by 2010. It just took time for the military to have this epic transformation. I did 2 combat tours, one in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom, and the second was Operation Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan. Because of the nature of the conflict, I was out front. So as an intelligence officer, I was on patrols, doing convoys with my troops, going into villages. You were there with any other ground element or maneuver element. I've had people ask, so you just sat on a base when you were deployed, right? You know, some people still think that that's what women did post 9/11. It's so different from that. I was a woman leading men and women in combat. So it just broke down this idea of what we thought women were doing in the military. I decided to leave the military around the 10-year mark. I wanted to start a family. Recently, when I went to pick up my son from daycare, I walked out to my Jeep and I opened the door and I'm buckling him into the car seat. And I hear someone from behind the Jeep say, "Was your husband in the military?" And he quickly said, "Well, I asked because I see you have a Bronze Star on your license plate." So I replied, "Yes, you know, my husband is in the military and the Bronze Star was awarded for my performance in the military." And he looked at me and he said, "How?" And that "how" had this incredulous tone, not "how did you get a Bronze Star," but "how, as a woman, had you received that?" And that was a big moment for me because I realized, you know, people's default is to think that a man served, and we need to change that. And that's a misconception that is harmful for women veterans. I believe it's important for our country to know the story of post 9/11 service members, because we lived with purpose, we lived for each other, and we led. Women and men, we were all out there together. We volunteered and we said, "Count me in." We leave a legacy of service.